All right, so the new interactive speaking question on the Duolingo English test is getting everybody a little bit nervous, and I don't really understand why. Before we begin, let's quickly take a look at how this question actually works. In the interactive speaking section, you'll have a short conversation with the teacher or a student, and it will go back and forth. They will ask you a question, you'll answer it. Then they'll ask you another question, and you'll respond to that. And this usually continues for 3 to 5 questions. You only have about 20 or 30 seconds to answer each question. But here's the problem. Many students think they need perfect grammar, advanced level vocabulary, some kind of genius level answer. And ironically, some students are losing points because they try to sound too intelligent. I'm going to give you 3 simple techniques for interactive speaking, and then we will go through 3 examples together. On the first example, I'm going to stop. I'm going to explain what I'm doing and why it works. Okay, here we go. The first technique is simple. Start speaking immediately. Don't sit there and try to build the perfect answer in your head. That type of silence hurts your fluency. So begin naturally with words like, I think, personally, for me, and notice something that happens, which is very important. Your brain gets an extra second to organize the rest of the answer while you're already speaking. It's very useful. The second technique is one idea plus one detail. You only have about 20 or 30 seconds. This is not a TED Talk. You're not speaking about quantum physics. Answer the question, then give one reason, or one example, or an experience. That's enough. And the third technique is to sound natural. Many students will take time and they'll try to memorize long templates. The problem with that is that Duolingo doesn't like that, and you sound very robotic. You want clear English, comfortable rhythm, and some grammatical complexity. Complex sentences are much more important than trying to use 15 impossible vocabulary words. Let's start with our first example.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about cleaning habits. Do you prefer cleaning your space in the morning or evening? Why?
I think I prefer tidying up in the evening after a long day. It feels like a nice way to wind down. For me, tidying up in the evening gives me a fresh start to the next day and gives me a feeling of closure for the day. Okay, stop right there. Notice what I did and how I started immediately with, I think. No hesitation, no silence while I stare at the screen for 5 seconds. We got right to the answer. I answered the question directly. I prefer cleaning in the evening. And then I gave one detail. It helps me relax after a long day. Simple, natural, and easy to follow. And finally, notice the vocabulary. Nothing too complicated, nothing overly academic. But the grammar is still strong. After a long day, it feels like a nice way to wind down. Tidying up in the evening helps me start the morning fresh. That's exactly the kind of English in this type of question type that will score well because it mirrors an actual conversation. Before we continue, if you do want to practice interactive speaking and the other questions on the Duolingo English test, check out DET Study. There's 15,000 practice questions and sample answers that will help you prepare for the test. Many students go into the test unprepared, and that is not a good idea. You can practice interactive speaking, the writing sample, speak about the photo, write about the photo, read and select all the questions that are actually on the test. Oh, and it has AI scoring and suggestive feedback. You can get DET coupons there and save 10% on the actual Duolingo English test. So you're saving money and you're improving before test day. Okay, let's go on to the next example.
Talk about what digital privacy means to you.
I think digital privacy means having control over my personal information online. Personally, it's about knowing who has access to my data and how it's used. For me, if my privacy is respected, then I have a more safer, comfortable experience online.
Interesting. Let me ask you another question. Talk about how companies can help protect user data online.
I think companies can protect user data by being transparent and proactive. Personally, I believe they should limit data collection, and figure out what's necessary and encrypt information properly. For me, when companies provide clear privacy settings, it builds trust and it helps users feel more secure.
Thanks. I've got a different question. How do you think targeted ads affect people's online experience?
I think that targeted ads can be both useful and intrusive. Personally, I sometimes appreciate seeing products that match my interests, but if advertisements rely too much and too heavily on private information, then it can feel invasive. It depends really on how responsibly companies use personal data.
I see. I have another question. Discuss whether you think there should be strict rules to protect digital privacy and why.
I think there should definitely be stricter rules to protect digital privacy. Personally, clear regulations can help companies handle useful information properly. For me, stronger privacy laws protect everyday users from having personal data misused or exploited online. Okay, now let's move on to our third example.
Tell me about a time when you were late for something.
I think one time I was late for a group project meeting. Personally, I underestimated how long my previous task would take. So for me, it was a lesson that made me start building extra time into my schedule so I wouldn't keep other people waiting again.
Interesting. Let me ask you another question. Describe how you schedule your activities during a busy day.
I think I organized my day by prioritizing important tasks early on. I try to complete the more difficult tasks for work when my focus is strongest in the morning. And for me, leaving smaller tasks later in the day makes it or makes my schedule feel more flexible and manageable.
Thanks. I've got a different question. Talk about whether or not you think time management skills are important for young people.
I think time management is definitely important for young people. Personally, learning to manage time early can help kind of reduce stress and improve productivity. For me, it also helps build discipline and it prepares people for future responsibility.
I see. I have another question. Tell me some reasons people procrastinate despite knowing it affects time management negatively.
I think people procrastinate because they feel overwhelmed or distracted. Personally, when a task becomes too stressful or too complicated, it becomes easier to just avoid it temporarily. That's the easier solution. For me, technology and social media also make procrastination much more common because distractions are at your fingertips and always available. So hopefully now you can see something important about the interactive speaking question. These are not insanely complicated. The students scoring in the 130 to 150 range are not giving perfect, super academic responses. Instead, they sound natural, comfortable, and organized. And once you figure this out, you will see a jump and an improvement in your score immediately. Remember, practice first, build your confidence first, and then take the exam. If you like what you've heard and you want to improve your score and get into the 130 to 150 score range, subscribe, hit the notification button so that you can get updates as they come out. And as always, good luck on your Duolingo English test journey.